weightloss.com.
All right, we apologize for coming on so late. Somebody has to pay McGraw-Millhaven's salary, so we have all these commercials. Carl, the intern, is here, but we have Alvin Reid substituting for Jill, who is on her way to Iowa as we speak. Good to be with you, Alvin, and you are adorned in your red and black. Explain, please.
Well, actually,
you're not Tiger Woods. This is not Sunday.
No, it's red and white day.
Red and white
in Kirkwood, Missouri. We are, the big Turkey Day game is Thursday, and chili cook-off is Wednesday at the high school, and lots of things going on at Kirkwood that pertain to the Turkey Day game. Obviously, Kirkwood-Webster, long-time football tradition, one of the oldest in the United States of America, oldest west of the Mississippi River, my understanding. So it's a big week in Kirkwood, big week in Webster, and Jamie Moores, editor-in-chief of the Webster Kirkwood Times, pointed out to me that on Thursday's Donnybrook show, she was a guest. But because I had fall colors on, I had an orange shirt and a brown kind of like suede jacket.
Websterish.
And she said, "You have Webster colors on. What's wrong with you?" And I said, "No, it's Thanksgiving." So I had to make sure I had my red for Red and White Day. And it's, big, like I say, big day, big time. Two great communities.
Yeah, so what's going on with this game? Obviously, Kirkwood's going to play their JV. Does Webster play their varsity? How does this work now?
Webster plays their JV also. And I think that Kirkwood has become kind of a dominant football program.
Yes, they have under the great Jeremy Macklin.
Yeah, so now you could basically say, well, why don't just let Webster play their, varsity team? But the agreement is that the JV teams play.
I think one time Kirkwood may have played their JV against Webster's varsity and may have actually won.
If it
in the near future,
it was. I don't know. I know this, that when Tracy Mack and that gang were there, they beat the heck out of Kirkwood on Thursday and then won the state championship on Saturday.
1980.
Yeah.
How about that? Can you imagine that? You have basically a game that doesn't matter. You have a chance to win the state championship, and you play that Thursday, and then you play Saturday?
Yes.
2 days later.
2 days later.
Oh, boy.
Now, they were that good. They were very good.
Yeah, Tracy Mack was an absolute stud.
Right. So what can you say? They could get it done.
Speaking of studs, the greatest stud in the history of Kirkwood athletics, and I think maybe St. Louis high school history, although you could argue Carl Gentile or Mike Shannon, probably the best athlete ever, Alvin Miller, will be here tomorrow. He's a great man.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
we got too many Alvins from Kirkwood in one studio.
And the funny thing is, like, I'm older than he is, but within 2 years, like basically you had, or 5 years, I guess, two Alvins who, I don't want to say I went on to do, really good things, but I kind of turned out all right. And then he,
He's done all right.
became, so Alvins and Kirkwood do pretty good.
Yeah. All right. I just learned today that Carl went to CBC. Didn't have the test scores to get into DeSmet's, so he went to CBC, and he wore the actual uniform. Can you imagine today wearing a uniform to a St. Louis private high school?
It was a military school for a long time.
Yeah. Like cut off maybe in 1978, 79, they stopped wearing the uniforms?
Well, that's when it was stopped being mandatory.
Okay.
So I took it as an elective.
When it was mandatory, oh yeah, I still want to put on the hat and the uniform every day.
So you got extra credit in that class if you wore it every day. You're only supposed to wear it 2 or 3 times a week. And so if you wore it, I know a kid in our class, Chris Miller was his name, he wore it every single day. So and by the end of the semester, he had the most points of anyone.
You know what? I would have probably created a casual Friday maybe for myself. I would have worn it 90% of the time.
Really?
Yeah, I figure
Well, it's with a tie, too.
I'd still,
Oh my gosh, no way! I want to wear a tie when I'm 14 years. I don't want to wear a tie when I'm 60.
But you're going to CBC. I mean, it
was a military school.
It's a military school.
Yeah, but let me ask you: wasn't there somebody advocating, like at public schools, to wear a uniform? I think Vashon may have done that.
Yeah,
and I thought it was a nice idea.
No, it is a very good idea.
Yeah,
and this we've talked about this on Donnybrook before, but I said you can't unilaterally say it's great for every school to do it. Every school is different. But if a district decided that this is the way we're going to do it, I
like it.
I don't have a problem with it.
Cheaper.
I really don't.
Yeah, good thought.
Yeah.
Right. And speaking of uniforms and clothes, the other day I was in South St. Louis and there was I think he was of Mexican descent, and he was walking down the street and his pants were down to his mid-rear end. And I thought to myself, what's the point of wearing pants? Or why do you wear pants like that? And the kids do that. I don't understand. I'm not judging. I just don't understand.
I am judging. It's stupid, and you'll never get anywhere in life being that character. I'm sorry. Right. You got a better chance of being a quarterback of the Green Bay Packers than you do being a rap star. So
Yeah.
and behaving that way. That's loser mentality stuff right there.
Well, the expensive pants have double. They have the waist here and then a waist below that. So
There's two
you're
waists?
not pulling them up all the time. Yeah. So it looks like your
really?
pants are down,
Now,
but they're not.
when did this come out with that type of pant? I didn't know they had two waists.
Like in the 2000s.
Oh, I'm probably
I'm sorry.
behind times here.
Well, wait, I missed that too. The
So you're not pulling up your pants all the time.
Carl, you're so hip.
We're not
I'm
sagging.
trying.
Frank and I aren't sagging.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back with the opening dialogue. We're thrilled. Alvin Reid in the house. This is the Frank and Jill Show on the Big 550 KTRS.
Hi, it's Jill Farmer. This note came in on our text line recently on the Frank and Jill Show. You need to know that Ryan Raphael helped me with my senior insurance plan. He was such a gentleman, so helpful, knowledgeable, and kind. I can't thank him enough, and I heard about him on KTRS. I love that text because Ryan Raphael is the Medicare man. He's absolutely the best person to call to help you through the often confusing process of finding the right Medicare plan for you. He loves helping people, walking them through the overwhelm of, I don't know how to choose the best plan for me, or I did choose a plan based on the recommendation of a well-meaning friend or family member, and now I don't think it's actually the right one for me. Ryan Raphael is the best at matching you with a plan that lets you keep your own physicians and keep your prescriptions. It's like having the highest quality consultant on your team. The best news, it's free to you. Under the law, his fees are paid by the insurance companies. Go to MedicareManSTL.com or call 314-368-6808. That's Ryan Raphael's cell phone number just for you.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or kohls.com for details.
Don't wait for Black Friday. Beat the crowds. At Miller Furniture and Mattress, you get Black Friday savings all month long.
I'm Mark Miller, owner of Miller Furniture, your home for quality American-made furniture since 1927. Right now, save up to $2,000 on in-stock items.
Save on custom orders, too, with 60 months financing.
Check out our Black Friday doorbusters for every room in the house, like Flex Steel reclining sofas for just $19.99, and Amish-made tariff-free furniture that you won't find at any other store in the St. Louis area.
Right now, Chatham & Wells luxury mattresses are 25% off, or save up to $900 on select mattress sets from Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster.
Visit any of our 4 showrooms in Belleville, Fairview Heights, Lake St. Louis, or Ellisville and save on over $8 million of inventory. Plus, custom Amish furniture in just 3 weeks. You can still have it in your home this holiday season.
Don't miss the Black Friday sale at Miller Furniture, now through December 2nd.
At Miller Furniture, we put the family in furniture.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Hey, it's Heidi, and I've got some important news from our friends at Dalco Home Remodeling. You know they're locally owned and family operated. More importantly, they've been installing the very best windows and doors in town for the past 50 years. That great offer that they have on windows at Dalco has now been extended through the end of the month, so you can still earn a $600 tax credit on new windows. Plus, Dalco has upped the ante to an additional $260 credit per window for up to 10 of their Elite Series windows with 0% financing for up to 18 months. months. That's up to $3,200 in credits. The Energy Star tax credit offer is ending forever and will not return. So you got to act fast. This incredible offer ends on November 30th. Call today, 314-298-7300 to get up to $3,200 in credits for up to 10 new energy-efficient windows. Or go online, DalcoHomeRemodeling.com. If you buy somewhere else and find out how much you could have saved with Dalco, you'll blow your stack. So call 314-298-7300. See store for details.
Michael's Baths, operated by Michael Gower and his daughter Melody. If you want a bathroom remodel, Michael's Baths will give you a free quote. Walk-in showers that all look like natural stone, maybe some grab bars, whatever you need. All they use are American-made products, so you're not at the mercy of any tariff increases. Right now, get a free shower door or $500 off a bathroom remodel. Michael's Baths, 636-775-0800, or online at michaelsbaths.com.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Congressman Jason Smith is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Congressman Jason Smith at 202-225-4404 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
And now the opening dialogue with Frank and Jill on the Big 550 KTRS.
Powered by Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Alvin Reid in-house. Let's do the opening dialogue. Thought one. So I'm watching Alvin, episode 2, Landman, the other night. Really powerful and a thoughtful scene between Billy Bob Thornton and his son Cooper. They're in the car preparing for his mom's funeral. Billy Bob's dad, Sam Elliott, in the show was a bad father. So Billy Bob is trying to give his son advice about being a father. And he says something like, you have to break the bad cyclehood of fatherhood in this family. And then his son says, you did your best, Dad. And he says, Dad, I love you. And it was really emotional. And Billy Bob has admitted publicly that his tears were real. So Jacob Laughlin, the son, lost his dad in real life a year ago. So it was real to him also. Great writing by Taylor Sheridan. Anyway, good TV. But the theme of it, Alvin, is the thing that got me. I don't care how fine your family is. If you go back enough generations, you will likely find a rotten egg as a mom or as a father, and somebody has to break that bad cycle. It's tough. You have one mom, one dad. If that person is the example, you tend to follow it. And when you think about it, it's all luck, Alvin, or bad luck. You didn't do anything to be, you didn't do anything right to be blessed with a good parent, and you didn't do anything wrong to be cursed with a bad one. But I thought it was a really cool topic they hit on about changing the cycle. You got to change the cycle if you got a bad one in your family.
You know, I hear what you're saying. I think also that, like you said, the circumstance you're born into has absolutely nothing to do with you. Okay, you know, that's just where it turned out. Many of us were blessed, you know, in some ways, and in other ways, you know, hey, not so much. I think that there is how can I say this? There are too many bad fathers out there, okay? Especially, not, I know about bad fathers, but not home fathers. Let's start with that. Then add up the bad father part of it, okay? But that has become a be-all and end-all as to why I did not succeed. And, you know, just don't be a bad person. Never mind being a bad dad. Just don't be a bad person. Just be a person who seeks out success and tries to show their kids, okay, this is how you be successful. You know.
Well put.
Somebody didn't like our comment about the sagging pants, and my response is to say, if I wouldn't allow my son to leave my house looking like that, then I think that's a message that could be given to other individuals. Now, is that being a good dad, or is that just being a natural response to being a father?
Yeah, I like it. And I think that the majority of people listening would probably agree with your stance on the pants.
Yeah.
84126. Give us a text on that. All right.
Stance on the pants.
Stance on the pants.
Yeah.
Okay, you're up.
You touched on it, the red. I was going to say it's Red and White Day. And just as communities go, I've lived all around the United States, okay? Danville, Lansing, Michigan, down to Arkansas and Washington, D.C. area on Thanksgiving. All right. we play this game, and you'd be surprised how many people around the country who have never been out this way know that I could say, like, I went to Kirkwood High School, and I'll say, like, you play like in that Thanksgiving game against the community right next to yours. And,
Wow.
And then I'll explain, but yeah, it's such a big deal that Kirkwood and Webster did not participate in the state championship playoffs for many years because that game was more important to them than actually playing in
That's
the state
incredible.
playoffs. Then Webster got so good that, you know, they
Under Cliff Ice?
and Tracy Mack and that crew, they were so good that they just had to bust out. And one year they actually played the Turkey Day game and beat us, and then won the state championship game 2 days later.
That's great.
So
Good
it's
stuff.
it's a historic day. It's right now. Matter of fact, there's the middle school near our house. They have a Turkey Day run, and they go right past our house. And usually I'm on a corner, making sure they don't cut across the crosswalk. But I was doing something else this morning.
My daughter and her husband and her child live in Kirkwood, and she just says, I'm never going to leave Kirkwood. So
There you
that's
go.
how much she
Well,
loves it.
look, I think once we kind of get hold of you, you never want to leave. Or you
It's-
move back like I did.
What a community. All right, thought two. Real Time with Bill Maher is one of my favorite programs. And as we approach the Thanksgiving Day holidays, I wanted you to hear a little of his final monologue from Friday night about dissing family members because of politics. It's crazy. It really is, and it's more and more powerful each year. True story, have a couple of basketball buddies. They were really close to each other for like 3 decades. One way left, one way right. Thick as thieves, 3 decades. The one told the other, I can't talk to you until after Donald Trump leaves office. And as Bill Maher mentioned, people on the right are guilty of this too. It's just crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what. At least they said, like, I can't deal with this as long as this gentleman is president. I respect that. I think you can have conversations with people, but just you have to be stern. Like, I'm not going there because we get a chance to talk about it, Frank. Okay, in our various media outlets, but people want to talk about it when I'm not, on my time or like doing things like this. And I'd say, like, nah, I'm not. I'm just here having a beer. I don't want to, I want to go into that. And then they want to get mad because
you won't engage?
Yeah, because I won't engage. I just want to say, like, I just don't want to do it. I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that I'm not doing this right now.
Well, that's the way we should be, and can stay close to our close friends and our family.
But you have to say, like, look, if we're going to do this, we're just not going to do it. Okay. Yeah. And if that means keeping the TV off and eating our Thanksgiving dinner and being cordial, but you should interact with people. But just say, like, we're just not going to talk about it. That's fine. Just say, I'm not talking about it.
Perfect.
I think that's perfectly okay.
Yep. All right. Thought three, kind of a potpourri, and this is breaking this morning. The Boston Red Sox are acquiring right-hander Sonny Gray in a trade with the Cardinals. Sources have told ESPN the Red Sox will get the veteran who said he would waive his no-trade clause. Stay tuned. We'll have details as the show unfolds. Love the St. Mary's football story. Only 200 kids. 2 years ago, they didn't even think they'd be in that school. Some left, some stayed. They hired Ray Merriweather, who was a longtime basketball assistant coach to Floyd Irons at Vashon. Great guy, known him for decades. Football was his first love, cares deeply about the kids, and they have a 2,000-yard rusher in Kingston Miles. They're now in the semifinals. Go St. Mary's. Finally, saw the CBS Everybody Loves Raymond 30th reunion show, brought down the audio of the Blues, Illinois, and Monday Night Football for like 90 minutes last night in the studio. Loved it. The takeaway is this. Every writer just had these real life events happen, and then they just wrote it into the script. Like when Ray sat down with Deborah to watch their wedding video, and they see about 10 seconds of it. Then all of a sudden, the Super Bowl comes on over that. He taped over his wedding video with the Super Bowl. And then it was revealed by one of the writers that he taped over his wedding video with actually an Everybody Loves Raymond episode. So it was kind of real life. So I love the show, and it was cool seeing all those people once again.
Never liked that show. Never thought it was funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I thought the snippy mother-in-law is so beaten down and tired. I never thought that show was funny from day one.
Well, you're in the minority.
Yeah, I know, and I agree, because there's there's some shows that you can say, like, you know what, I never really watched it.
Okay, what about Seinfeld?
Oh, one of the best sitcoms.
How about Friends?
No.
Same here. Never got into it.
No. And plus, boy, you talk about a show that does not age well. That's Friends. You look at Friends now, and it's like,
really?
Yeah, this show was never mind, you didn't like it that much. That show was stupid.
Carl, what about you on those two shows?
I liked all three of those shows.
Okay.
My favorite Everybody Loves Raymond one is the one where she's PMSing and he records her and then plays it back for her.
Oh, God.
And he gets in much more trouble than he would if he would have just said nothing.
Awesome. Yeah. I hear you on that.
All right, go ahead, Alvin.
Okay, where are you at on this data center thing? Hogging up all the electricity, and they're the end of the world. And well, anyway, Ameren announced that they're going to charge them more, which, that's a good idea, and have some other regulations on them. Why is it that I don't fear the data center as much as others? I think, they use a lot of water, they use a lot of electricity, but I think we have a lot of water in this area. And then another part, which I had to laugh at, okay, if you say, like, hey, man, the data center is going to be within a few miles where you live, I'm thinking, like, oh, no. But Festus wants it, and I'm more than happy to send it down to Festus. Now, am I a bad person?
And they went to another level already. They voted yes.
Yes, they voted yes, right. I think so. People are just up in arms about these data centers, and I just don't. I'm not necessarily as alarmed by the data center.
I'm not.
I don't know what it is. By the way, they say it's AI uses up a lot of power, and that's why you need data centers. But what this is like some science fiction here, where, like, there's this brain out there that needs, like, just to be struck by lightning every second to keep operating. I don't know. It's beyond me technologically, but at the same time, I don't fear technology, and I don't fear the data center as much as others. I got one more, I guess, and I want to say this. All right, Viola Fletcher, the last surviving member of the Tulsa Massacre, really bad couple of days in American history, but she passes away at 111 years old. My question to you and all those out there, do you want to live to be 111?
Well, the whole key is just what your quality of life is, and it probably is really, really rough in 111.
Okay, right, because for some reason, I have always felt like I want to hang on as long as I can. I would like to see as much of the world for as long as I can so I could, look back. Now, I will say that at 65 years old, I now understand how people who got to 65 years old, I didn't get it when I was in my teens. Now you look back, you say, like, you know what? The world changes while you're living in it, and you see that. Oh yeah, I do want to keep being a part of it, but at the same time, I'm happy to disengage from a lot of life because I can't change it. I can't change how people behave in politics. Yeah. I can't change how people behave in restaurants and service and all that. So you just get used to it.
The only reason I'd want to say I would want to live that long is because if I have, like, grandkids and great grandkids, and I could have some kind of impact, either emotionally or spiritually.
Well, yeah, right. Then I do want to, get to know future generations, and if the more generations that you could have just to tell your story to, I think that's important.
Okay, by the way, the one guy that didn't like the pants line has now doubled down, and he's spewing out so much hatred right now at our thoughts about, we don't think it's a good idea for kids to wear their pants. What I recommend for that person is to turn off KTRS right now and turn on Sinatra. Just enjoy life. That's what Rick Pitino used to say. They'd beat a team by 20, and they'd be calling in, questioning his moves at the University of Kentucky. And he said, sir, please turn off the radio. Just listen to Sinatra. So don't ever listen, sir. Please, you need some happiness in your life because we're not bringing it to you today. We'll take a short time out. We'll be right back.
I'm First Alert 4 Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton. We've got some drizzle or fog, 50 degrees for the low, then 57 in the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance for a passing shower late afternoon, early evening. It'll be real quick, and most of the day is dry for Tuesday. But then comes the cold, mostly sunny Wednesday, but windy and chilly, a high of 45, and it's going to be a chilly one on Thanksgiving, sunny and breezy with a high of 42. That's the latest from the First Alert 4 Weather Center. I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton for the Big 550 KTRS.
Weather's brought to you by Bomarito. Every new car purchased has a 10-year, 200,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, and every Motor Trend certified vehicle has a 6-month, 7,500-mile comprehensive warranty. Find out more at bomarito.com.
Kids don't always like to get school report cards, but they are important and helpful. They document subjects where they're strong and others where they need to show some improvement. Ever wonder why you don't get a report on how your child's school compares to others? At the Show Me Institute, we think you should, and that's why we've started the Missouri School Rankings Project. Click on the website moschoolrankings.org, and it's all there. Rankings and letter grades for all the schools in Missouri. The rankings are based on several categories, such as student performance in English, language arts, and math, ACT scores, and graduation rates. Then we take the rankings and come up with a grade point average, just like your child has. Each school and district will have a grade, and the website is easy to use. Don't you want to know how your child's school stacks up? Now you can. Learn more at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
Is it time to make a change with your bank? Hi, it's Julie Buck for Triad Bank. They are a full-service financial institution with 2 locations, and they've been around since 2005 with the mission to provide a wide range of commercial and personal banking services. Here's their website. It's triadbanking.com.
Royal Banks of Missouri is proudly reinvesting in its hometown of University City. Their new branch at 8550 Olive Boulevard is now open to serve you. Visit their team in University City to discover how they can help you refresh your finances and invest in your future today. Call 314-212-1500 or go to royalbanksofmo.com for more information. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Truck drivers, wherever you want to take your driving career in 2026, Schneider has an opportunity for you. Our huge selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers can choose from dedicated, intermodal, dry van, and tanker options. Don't wait to upgrade your career before the new year. Search jobs and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
At Maryville University, we power dreams, not just degrees. For nearly 150 years, we've empowered graduates to build successful careers. At Maryville, expect a rigorous, technology-driven, mentor-inspired education in a diverse and inclusive learning environment. We help you take it to the next level, no matter what what field you choose. Now is the time to turn your ambition into action and transform your dream into reality. Start your journey at maryville.edu.
What goes great with Mizzou Tigers football? Well, Dogtown Pizza, of course. And with 12 different flavors to choose from, you can have a different pizza every game.
Pepperoni peppercini, hot chicken, the SOB sausage onion bacon, and the newest addition to the lineup, meatball mozzarella.
Forget the pumpkin spice. The best fall flavor is football and pizza. MIZDOG. Dogtown Pizza and dogtownpizza.com. Dogtown Pizza, and check out all 12 flavors online at dogtownpizza.com.
Schrader Funeral Homes and Crematory, St. Louis's oldest family-owned funeral home, offering complete funeral, burial, and cremation services, including an on-site reception center and crematory. 150 years of serving St. Louis families. Visit them at schrader.com.
It's go time. Wednesday night. Guns and Hoses. The annual charity boxing match at Stiefel supporting Backstoppers. The mission of Guns and Hoses remains the same every year. Support the survivors. Tickets still available at Ticketmaster.com.
The Big 550.
KTRS St. Louis.
All right, welcome back. It's Frank Cusimano. It's Alvin Reid on the Frank and Jill Show. Jill is on her way to Iowa. She's going to be with family as they bury her beloved mother. We wish her thoughts and prayers during these next couple of days. This is not going to be easy for her.
And can I add, when I was here a couple of weeks ago, I was just, and I didn't know where Jill was. And you said she would be back. And I didn't realize that her mom had died.
Yeah.
So I didn't ever say condolences. So condolences, Jill. And that was short-sighted on my part, although I didn't know.
No problem.
Just throw that out there.
All right, Dr. Rick, lots to discuss. Younger drinkers go booze-free, but not everyone's toasting the holiday mocktail takeover. Explain, please.
Well, this is a whole thing. I mean, this is not a little thing, because when you talk to people that have wineries and people that have spirit companies, they're getting killed because people, the Gen Zers and the millennials are deciding that they don't want to drink, so they're drinking these quote-unquote mocktails, and alcohol-free beer is actually way on the rise. And, who's going to benefit the people? Who's not going to benefit? Bartenders, bars, and companies that make alcohol. But they've made a concerted effort to drink less and try to be healthier. Now, the real question really is it really healthier? And I'm not sure it's healthier. So, I know I have a very stressful day, 4 or 5 days a week, and to go home and have a drink relaxes me, makes me feel a little bit better. And I'm not sold that that's the worst thing in the world. So again, is this really healthier? I'm not 100% sure, but this whole cohort has gone alcohol-free mocktail rise, and this looks like this is a long-term change. This just isn't going to be a blip in the road.
Okay, now moderation of all things, I think that's the key right there. You just don't drink too much, but I don't think drinking is the be-all and end-all. You guys are, I've read the article, and I didn't realize it was that acute. I didn't realize that this was actually putting a dent in that sector of the economy. I'm surprised at that. Now, maybe I'm surprised that I'm not, keeping the whole business afloat myself, and people my age. But that's interesting. I just did not realize that many young people have sworn off of liquor, that it would actually make that big of an impact.
It's interesting, Alvin, when you talk to people that have wineries, they have a significant decrease. So, maybe they were doing 20,000 bottles a year, and now they're doing 8,000 bottles. I mean, it is a dent.
Okay, so even that much. All right. I mean, that's serious. If you were selling 20,000, you sell 8. The business model as set up ain't working. So, wow.
All right, let's hit another topic. Common food may boost heart health without changing your lifestyle. Explain.
Well, I think there's a number of foods that really help you. And this one looks at mushrooms. And mushrooms are great foods for health, right? They help your blood sugar level. They help your cholesterol level. They decrease your inflammation. They don't really have much calories. There's not much carb. There's a little bit of carb. There's no protein, but a lot of antioxidants and a very healthy food. And, they actually taste pretty good. I mean, you put a little oil or a little salt or whatever you're going to put in them, and you add them to your food. So I think people out there, there are a few foods that really, really benefit you. Berries, which we've talked about before, blueberries, raspberries, and I think mushrooms are in that category. So for people out there that don't hate them, and then some people just hate them. You go to Thanksgiving, and then there's 3 people that go, oh my gosh, mushrooms, I'm going to kill myself. But for everybody else who can tolerate them, they really don't taste like much. Eat your mushrooms; they're good for you.
Yeah, and a little saute going, I can deal with them then. I just don't want to snack on them or anything, and nor do I want to go out and dig them and like these people, spend hours out there in musty forests. I don't want to do all that. But yeah, and a little brown gravy, with a meat of some type. Yeah, I could probably take all the health out of them. But yeah, that's how I can do them. My go-to, and people will say that that's not really good for you. But my go-to, really since I've been in college, has been wheat bread. For some reason, if I do not have wheat bread and have regular bread, I feel it. My body does not react the same.
I mean, it's worse?
No, it's better.
So when you have wheat bread, you're better off.
Better, yes. Yes. And so I exclusively eat wheat bread.
Oh my gosh, it tastes so bad. Some of it. I mean, Monique buys the most healthy thing. It's like eating paper. I hate it, and that's all I've been eating for 25 years. So, all right, I want to ask you too. I got a text this morning from a friend who early 60s, and he said, I loved listening to Dr. Rick, and he said he does not come up with names as quickly as he used to. And he's wondering, is that a cause for concern, or mid-60s, that's just a natural thing?
Well, first of all, this is going to happen to everybody. And I think you and I have discussed it. You look at somebody, you know who they are, you can recognize their face, and you're like, you know what? I just can't remember that guy's name. Now, for me, it's a little different because my whole world is remembering names, right? Because I'm going to see 60 patients, and I look like an idiot if I call Larry Mary. It just has to be. So I really spend a lot of time, concentrating on names. But as we get older, and there's actually an article I sent you this morning talking about Taylor Swift, which isn't the crux of the article. The article is the eras. You go through 4 eras in your life where your brain changes. And we talk about it next week if you want. But at the end of the day, that is extremely common. You're going to forget words, and you're going to have some mindfulness that is lost. You're just not, you can't remember Barry Switzer's name. You can't remember this, can't remember that. And you know who it is, you know who you want to talk about. So again, that is not something I'd be the least bit concerned about. And if you are concerned about it, go get one of these apps and spend 15 minutes a day, and their brain health, there's a number of them, and they kind of work on your mentation, or read a book, or do something where you're working on your mentation. But at the end of the day, that would not be something I'd be too nervous about. And I think that everyone's going to go through that 55, 60, 65. That's just the way it is.
Thank you, Dr. Rick, because I feel that. It's not alarming to me, but I do feel that. I was like, man, it seems like I used to come up with players' names that would set a record or something like that right off the top of my head, and now it's takes a little bit. Yeah.
And yet, if I can remember the Portland Trailblazers starting lineup from the Walton team.
Yeah, but then right, exactly.
Lionel Hollins, Johnny Davis, Twardzik, Johnny Johnson, Bill Walton. Yeah, but okay.
Right, the neighbor across the street.
All right, Taylor Swift was right about eras. Our brains undergo major turning points at these 4 ages. Please explain.
Well, so she called it her Eras Tour, which whatever, and clearly what happens is the brain, and we've talked about kind of when your health falls off at 75, but your brain goes through significant changes in 4 ages. They're 9, 32, 66, and 83. We all hope we get to 83. So at the end of the day, your brain really doesn't develop till you're 32. So you're in the development phase, but from 8 to 9 years old, that's really the big bump up. And then when you're 66, that's when your decline starts. We just talked about it 2 seconds ago. 6 years old, you get a little bit of decline. Everyone's going to get it. That's just part of the day. And then 83, you get another decline. So people from 83 on, have mental decline. Now, that doesn't mean they're demented. They have Alzheimer's. That just means that's, you drive a car 20,000 miles, it's 20,000 miles. You drive it 80,000 miles, it's 80,000 miles. That's just the way cars are, and they have a life expectancy of whatever, and your brain's the same. So it's going to function less well after basically 60, and it's going to get worse at 80. And those 4 eras are when there's significant changes in your brain. But the interesting part of the article was you're not really, quote unquote, an adult. Your brain isn't formed 100% till you're 32, which I wouldn't have thought. Normally you think 15, 16, you think you know everything, so you think your brain should be pretty formed.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
Dr. Rick, how are you spending Thanksgiving?
So Thanksgiving out here in California with the family. Everybody lives out here, so we're going to host as we do every year. Have some friends in. So, what about you guys?
Going over to my mom's house full. My sister, her daughter who lives in New York, and then her husband. My sister and her husband live in Washington, D.C. area. They're coming in, and then my daughters, and one has a husband, one has a steady. They're coming in, so we'll have the traditional house full Thanksgiving, and at 3 o'clock, Chiefs and Cowboys.
Yeah, great football day. Yeah, I'm going to have more Italians in the house than the last time they made The Sopranos.
Do you all do Italian?
Yeah, there'll be an Italian side dish.
Okay, all right.
All right, good stuff. Dr. Rick, have a good Thanksgiving. We'll talk next week.
Everybody, happy Thanksgiving.
All right, the great Dr. Rick. We'll take a short time out. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Jill Farmer for Premier Heating and Cooling. Of course, there's a lot of balls in the air for all of us who are trying to help manage our family plans for the holidays. And the last thing any of us needs to deal with is a broken down furnace when we're getting to the holiday time. We're going to be hosting people often in our homes, or we've got people coming in, whether it's for the day, for overnights. All of that stuff, the last thing we need to deal with is a furnace that is not working correctly, or worse of all, potentially isn't safe as well. So if you haven't gotten around to have that clean and check done on your furnace system, let this be that just little reminder. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to write down the number Jill gives me, and I'm going to call them today to get on that schedule, because I know it's that peace of mind that we need. It's Murphy's Law. It never fails, rather, that every single year, the worst time for something to break down, whether it's our car, whether it's something in our house, it happens when we're under the most pressure. So give yourself a break. Think ahead a little bit. Take care of that furnace maintenance. You'll be so glad you did. And they're the best people to come out with, to give you an honest answer, to take care of things for you. And they have so much experience with all of their technicians. They're trained the best in the biz when it comes to training people as well. PremierHeatingCooling.net. 636-916-1122.
Looking for a new kitchen or bath? Call me, Anne-Marie Boges, the co-host of the Inside Out Show and owner and designer at Anne-Marie Design Studio. Visit our website at annemaristudio.com. We can help make your dream space into a reality. We're a fine kitchen and bath boutique located in Wildwood. We do it all, from design to bid to installation too. Call us today at 636-821-3395 or go online at annemaristudio.com. Let's make your dream kitchen or bath a reality with Anne-Marie Design Studio.
Soccer fans, the wait is over.
Really tough to do. That's tough to do as well. It's Thomas.
St. Louis Ambush Indoor Soccer is back on Black Friday.
He's down there now. Spins it in.
The 13th season kicks off at the Family Arena this Friday, November 28th at 5 p.m. as your St. Louis Ambush battles cross-state rival, the Kansas City Comets. Make plans to catch all the end-to-end action and grab your magnet schedule presented by Under the Yellow Umbrella. Tickets available at the Family Arena box office or at stlambush.com.
This Thanksgiving, visit Nothing Bundt Cakes St. Louis Brentwood, where each cake is crafted by hand from the finest ingredients. Choose from 10 delicious flavors in 4 different sizes, all crowned with their signature cream cheese frosting. For a festive centerpiece, order their new Give Thanks decorated cake, perfect for any upcoming fall celebrations. Stop by the bakery located in Brentwood today or visit nothingbunttcakes.com to order online. Make Thanksgiving sweeter with Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Let's talk about a getaway where you're not spending all the time on the road. How about Innsbruck? Think about it. You could go from your desk to a canoe and do some fishing in about 25-30 minutes. They've got A-frames, they got tree houses, or if you're looking for a place to live that's away from hustle and bustle, custom homes and condos as well. It is absolutely gorgeous. Have you been out? Have you looked? Go to Innsbruck-resort.com to find your getaway.
Repairing chimneys, walkways, porches, foundations, entire homes, anything to do with brick or stone, you need a tuck pointer you can trust, and that, of course, is Morelli. Morelli is a family-run business started in 1991, and they're only as good as their last customer. That's why when you check out the reviews online at MorelliTuckPointing.com, you'll notice that they're actual customers who are singing the praises of Morelli. So if you need a tuck pointer, you need Morelli. 314-645-1387 or MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Welcome back. This is the Frank and Jill Show on the Big 550 KTRS. Alvin Reid in the house. And when we come back, we are going to talk with Mr. Soccer, Bill McDermott. We're talking shows, restaurants, a little slew soccer. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, it's Jill Farmer for Altair Travel and Cruises. You know what? I loved seeing the pictures of Heidi and Marcia. Of course, Heidi Gloss, I'm talking about, coming back from this incredible trip they just took with Altair Travel and Cruises to Costa Rica. They look relaxed, they look tan, they look happy. And that's how we all want to feel when we come back from vacation. And that's why it can really elevate our mood to have that next vacation planned for us. When we know something's coming, we can look at our calendar and say, oh, I can't wait until February comes and I have that incredible trip planned. Well, in order to make that happen, in order to give yourself those gifts of having something to look forward to on your travel plans, reach out today to Altair Travel and Cruises. I love to hop on their website. It is so beautifully done and it's so inspiring. I look at these pictures and I think, yep, I want to go there. I want to go there. So if you need some inspiration, give that to yourself by hopping on the website as well. If you already know where you want to go next, whether it's a group trip or whether you and your spouse just want to go take an incredible vacation, or whether you want to get together and have a girls' trip with a bunch of your friends or a sister's trip somewhere, they can literally help you do it all. AltairTravel.com, 314-968-9600.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. So why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROFIT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code PROFIT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PROFIT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PROFIT.
It's go time Wednesday night. Guns and Hoses, the annual charity boxing match at Enterprise Center supporting Backstoppers. The mission of Guns and Hoses remains the same every year. Support the survivors. Tickets still available at Ticketmaster.com.
KTRS St. Louis, the Big 550, and KTRS.com.
I'm Michelle Franzen. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt posting in a statement today, a few delicate but not insurmountable details need to be sorted out between Ukraine, Russia, and the U.S. ahead of a finalized peace deal. It comes, though, as Russia continues to carry out a barrage of attacks this week against Ukraine. The latest drone attack overnight, killing at least 7. ABC's Louis Martinez has more.
One of the key things that appears to not be in this arrangement right now are those strict limits on the size of a future Ukrainian military, which is something that the Russians have wanted. But right now, it appears that the Russians are not acknowledging publicly that these talks are taking place in Abu Dhabi. They say that they have seen a document, but I'm not sure if they're talking about the 28-point document that was being worked on prior to Geneva.
Police in France announcing more arrests in connection with last month's brazen heist of one-of-a-kind royal jewels at the Louvre Museum. ABC's Tom Soufi Burridge is in Paris and has more on what we're learning about the robbery.
Police are now saying they made 4 arrests this morning, but crucially, one of the 4 arrested this morning on the outskirts of Paris is, they believe, one of the 4 suspected robbers from the Louvre. The other 3 suspects who carried out that robbery are already in police custody, police say, and have been charged with gang-related robbery.
Police have still not found those crown jewels. As Thanksgiving travel builds, today is expected to be the peak for air travel during the holiday period. ABC's Gio Benitez is at New York City's LaGuardia Airport.
The FAA says that today is the busiest day, with 52,000 flights expected. Now, we're told there is solid staffing at towers and control centers nationwide. The FAA is calling this week their Super Bowl, and it's really no surprise why, because the TSA thinks it's going to screen nearly 18 million people for the holiday.
While millions will be flying, 90% of others are getting away and will be driving. You're listening to ABC News.
Have you seen all the 5-star reviews Michael's Baths has gotten on Google? How about their A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau? Everyone, including the nanny, raves about Michael's friendly office staff and their experienced installation team. With over 30 years of experience, all they do is bathrooms. They're not trying to be the biggest. They just want to be the best. Right now, get a free shower door or $500 off your bathroom remodel. Call Michael's Baths, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com. Your dentures no longer fit? Maybe you're missing a tooth or several teeth. Visit Dr. Bowen for Simply Secure Dentures and Dental Implants, the cutting-edge, high-quality dental implants that replace all the teeth in your mouth, and it starts as low as $7,000, not the $35,000 that others charge. If you're only missing a few teeth, Dr. Bowen can permanently replace those with something you don't have to take in and out of your mouth. Learn more at simplysecuredentures.com and get the care you need and the teeth you want at Bowen Dental Care or simplysecuredentures.com. For more than 25 years, Boardwalk Hardwood Floors has been a part of the St. Louis community. They sponsor school programs and charity golf events. They bleed blue, and they're honored to call St. Louis home. Boardwalk Hardwood Floors this holiday season is proud to partner with KTRS and Toys for Tots as a primary drop-off location for the toy drive. With 4 convenient showrooms across St. Louis, giving back has never been easier. Bring a new unwrapped toy and help make a child's Christmas a little bit brighter. To find the nearest showroom and drop-off details, go to boardwalkhardwoodfloors.com.
Basement with a Y. That's Basement E.
It's Basement T.
Basement E?
It's Basement T.
Oh, Basement T. Basement T. I get it. That's the basement waterproofing and foundation repair experts at Woods Basement Systems.
Right. The All Things Basement T experts at Woods Basement Systems will provide you a free estimate and dry out that wet basement and fix that cracked foundation. Call 800-388-9326 or go online to woodsbasementsystems.com.
That's woodsbasementsystems.com.
It's Julie Buck inviting you to join us for the annual Rusted Chandelier Open House. Come sip and shop and buy all the goodies to deck your halls. At the Rusted Chandelier, they're located in Kirkwood at Manchester and Folger. You do not want to miss this store, especially during the holidays. Absolutely everything to decorate your home and get your cozy on this holiday season at the Rusted Chandelier.
So here's the deal. If you're driving around and you've got some dings and dents and you start to notice them now a little bit more because the sun is out and you drive, wait a minute, hold on, I didn't see that before. Guess what? You need to get to Dents Express. They've got 2 locations on Manchester, in Baldwin, and in St. Charles. Whether it's dent removal, hail damage, minor collision, they'll work with your insurance company, handle all the paperwork, and then when it's ready, they'll come call you, and you can come pick up the car for 30-plus years. Dents Express, STL.com.
54 degrees at 11:05 with KTRS News. I'm Steve Potter. The bench trial continues today in a lawsuit that challenges the constitutionality of general revenue funds being used for scholarships to help pay for private K through 12 education. The lawsuit, filed on behalf of the Missouri chapter of the National Education Association, is in response to appropriations made in House Bill 12. The spending measure includes $51 million allocated to the Missouri Scholars Program. Thanksgiving travel is expected to reach record levels this year. The TSA anticipates a record-breaking number of passengers going through security checkpoints at St. Louis's airport this week. Lambert officials are reminding people to plan ahead and arrive early. After Thanksgiving, Sunday is likely going to be the busiest day to fly, with 23,158 passengers predicted to go through security checkpoints. Illinois' 2 U.S. senators have introduced a bill to expand student loan refinancing for military service members. The Service Member Student Loan Affordability Act would allow the consolidation or refinancing of private or federal student loan debt that service members had when they entered the military and would continue the 6% interest rate cap. Bill co-sponsor Senator Tammy Duckworth says those who choose to serve the country should be protected from high interest rates, and she has often spoken about her own military experience.
For me, it really was the cornerstone of my life, and as I said, I would do it all over again if I could.
The Service Member Student Loan Affordability Act has the endorsement of the National Education Association, the American Federation of Teachers, and the Wounded Warrior Project. And now let's take a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune into Straight Talk on Retirement, Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. The Dow up 441 points at 46,889. NASDAQ down 1 at 22,870. And the S&P 500 up 28 at 6,733. In sports, number 13 Illinois basketball knocked off UT Rio Grande Valley 87-73. And Mizzou basketball looks to improve to 7-0 tonight when they host South Carolina. Pre-game coverage on the Big 550 begins at 6:30. We're looking for cloudy skies today, a high near 58. Some isolated showers this evening, mainly between 7 and 9 o'clock. An overnight low in the mid-30s, then mostly sunny tomorrow with a high near 46. At 11:07, we have cloudy skies, 54 degrees at the Gold Tower at Westport. Steve Potter, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
It's Jill Farmer talking about one of my favorite restaurants again, 3 Bay Barbecue and Bakery. It's just a fabulous place for you to stop by and grab a delicious lunch with your coworkers or take a friend out. But the other thing you may not know about 3 Bay is they do a fantastic job with catering as well. So as you're planning all these things for the holidays that can be a little overwhelming, why not just plan on calling ahead of time and maybe going out and getting some delicious smoked turkey to serve on your buffet, or to go out and have them cater the entire event at your workplace or for the party that you've been wanting to throw. All you have to do is reach out to them. Of course, our friends at 3 Bay are located in the Phillips 66 gas station at Clayton Road and 141. There's a lovely little restaurant where the service bays used to be, and that's where they run their catering business out of as well. So whether you need a delicious place to swing by for lunch on these busy holiday shopping times, or you're looking for some help to make your parties the best they can be this season, 3 Bay Barbecue and Bakery, reach out to them today. They are great people. They'd love to help you. Check out their website, 3baybbqandbakery.com. Give them a call today, 636-227-1208. 3 Bay Barbecue and Bakery.
And now, the second hour of the Frank and Jill Show on the Talk of St. Louis, the Big 550, KTRS. 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 KTRS.
All right. Welcome back to the Frank and Jill Show on the Big 550 KTRS. Carl, the intern, is our broadcast engineer today. Alvin Reid is in the house. And Bill McDermott, Mr. Soccer, the Hall of Famer, is joining us now. Bill, great to be with you. How are you, sir?
Good morning to everybody, especially Carl. I haven't seen Carl for quite a while.
When we worked at the Athletica, that was the last time we saw each other in person.
The Athletica?
That was
Never
the
mind.
female.
Our next topic of conversation.
That was the female soccer team.
Yes.
Oh,
with
yes.
Lori Kolupny, yeah.
And by
My
the way,
cousin.
Lori, I'm going to see Lori in about 1 hour as Maryville prepares for UMSL, the NCAA tournament.
Precisely. She's doing really well.
That's great.
And University of North Carolina, that's where Maddie DiMaria ended up signing. She's going to University of North Carolina after she finishes at Caryezu.
Have you heard of this family?
Yeah,
the
you told me.
DiMaria?
Yeah, you brought it up, and I had heard of the young lady was going to North Carolina.
Yeah, and then the brother scores 2 goals in an NCAA tournament game. There's a freshman brother at St. Louis U High, maybe the best of the group, an older sister who plays, and of course, how good a player was the father, Jeff DiMaria?
Magnificent. And they all play just like him. And by that I mean work, 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 work. Get the ball, grind it out, win it. Find somebody, win the tackle in the center of the field. If you get fouled, get up. Don't get aggravated. Don't say anything to anybody. Just keep playing.
Wow.
That's how they play.
Good stuff.
And she is a bona fide full women's national team player.
All right, so let's get to some shows. Alvin, what are we watching? What have we seen? Because now is a perfect time to recommend some shows because it's the holidays. People are home. They got some downtime. You want to lead off?
We're mid-binge. Wife and I are watching because I'm kind of getting caught up. It's 7 seasons, but did you guys watch Outlander at all?
Outlander, yeah.
That's for your wife, not for you.
Very much, but this is going back and forth. And they say, like, yeah, it is more romantic than it is kind of. And when I say romantic, not like just whatever, but it is interesting. The concept of time travel is a thing in it.
Okay.
And it was a very good show about someone that goes back in like revolutionary time, okay, and basically knows the tale of Paul Revere and how like history is kind of convoluted as to actually what happened. So along with the storyline,
it's more of a chick flick kind of romance. That's fine. That's great. I, by the way, just before we get to Bill, I watched for like 45 minutes last night, or maybe an hour, What Women Want with Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt. That is a heck of a movie. Okay. And she is so lovely in it, and he's cool.
He was in top form in that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Could you imagine if you did have that skill, if you knew what someone was thinking?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy, it worked out for him in that.
As you say, Frank, you could do some real social damage.
Well, you could. I like Jim Carrey's like Liar.
Yes.
Where you had to tell the truth.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that I would not only would I not come into my house, I'd probably just lock myself down in the basement for that 24 hours. Because I said, like, that would be bad. That would be bad.
That stretch in the board meeting when he's just telling everybody off. Oh, my God, it's so good. All right, Bill, what's on your list? We got some good ones.
Anything on my list has, not anything, but a goodly portion of almost everything has some sort of a spy conspiracy thing. Homeland. This is one Alvin, when we were on last week, talked about, and this does not couple in with the Currier and Ives type of holiday tradition you're looking for. But Dexter with Michael C. Hall is magnificent.
All right, now, is there a new Dexter?
There is a new Dexter.
And it's actually him in it.
It's him in it and his son, and they moved to New York.
Okay, so how do they, is he like a dream? Like, is this a Bobby Ewing thing where he dies and comes back in the shower or what?
No, he appears as is. He was shot by his son at the command of his father, Michael C. Hall, because he figured, I don't want you to turn out like me. He forced him to shoot him. He did not pass away. Of course, we got to do another series.
You're a Dexter guy also?
Yeah. And then when it came back, we all had the same questions. Like, now how are they going to, right.
Michael C. Hall.
But you recommend the new one?
Very much so.
Showtime?
Very much so.
Yeah, interesting. We are relatively three moral men, and we like movies, series about serial killers.
And the son is kind of like the new Dexter. It's not like he's just standing around looking. He's involved. Let's put it that way.
Good call.
One that you can have fun with, it gets serious at moments, is Suits. Suits was tremendous. Gabriel Macht.
You're talking about the original.
The original.
Yeah.
Now, when they brought the new one back on NBC, they said it was going to have some resemblance to the original Suits.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, Gabriel Macht would be making a guest appearance on 2, 3, 4, 5 parts of the series. Never saw him.
Okay.
Never saw him. But
is the new one you never watched?
Never watched. No, because he wasn't in it. It was tremendous.
Isn't that unbelievable that like the writing may be the same, but if we're used to seeing that group, we just can't. We don't want to see another group.
Precise. Okay, this is one of your favorites. I'm going to see if you can get it. Who in television history, in recent television history, had the most dysfunctional family? There was the name of the series is A Man's Name.
I was going to say Raymond, but no.
No.
That's a little lighter.
And the family is so dysfunctional, starting with John Voight, Ray Donovan.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh boy, that was something else.
The brothers.
But, it was almost like when his dad showed up, it's like,
John,
why don't you just run him over with the car this time? Don't.
He's got some scheme going.
Yep.
I would recommend that for everyone. John Voight.
Yes.
I don't know. I think his age. He's 86 now. He was probably about 80 when they were making it. And he was unbelievable. He doesn't age at all.
Right.
God,
he
does
not
he play
age.
a good diabolical role?
He does only because he goes all the way back. Now, when you see him back,
Deliverance? Was he in Deliverance?
Midnight Cowboy.
Midnight Cowboy.
Cowboy.
With Dustin Hoffman.
Right.
And as good. I'm sorry, Alvin. Go ahead.
No. I'm just going to say. So you've kind of seen him over the time, and then you remind yourself, like, man, that movie came out in 1970. 55 years ago.
As good as Dustin Hoffman was in Midnight Cowboy, John Voight was awfully darn good.
He was very good.
Awfully
John Boyd
darn
was in
good.
Deliverance, but go ahead.
Yeah.
That's right. He was, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if you guys watched, but it had a local actor in it. He's from Kirkwood.
Kirkwood?
Matt Bomer. It's called White Collar. If you didn't watch it, you would love this. The premise of which is he was an art thief.
Okay.
Here he is, Alvin. Matt Bomer from Kirkwood.
Big items.
All right. Nope. Doesn't
Big
raise
items. Got caught once, twice by the same FBI officer. Makes him the following proposal. Look, I will not send you back to prison, but you have to turn and work for us to give us a feel as to how we should approach some of these white-collar crimes.
Yeah, I remember it.
I'm going to have an ankle bracelet on you at all times. It was very, very well done.
All right. Anything else list-wise?
I tremendously enjoyed, because of Spacey, before he turned sideways, House of Cards.
Unbelievable.
I remember House of Cards was pretty good. It was. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was like a top 15 show at one time. I mean, yeah. Boy, you're right, though. It's kind of tough, like when you see an actor and then you hear about some of the crazy stuff he did.
Yeah, and
it does affect you.
It's kind of like, oh, man.
And especially if you read in detail some of the things he supposedly did, it's a little rough.
Little rough.
Now,
and that Kate Mara,
yes.
how that a woman cannot look more attractive.
No. In a totally different vein, these are network shows that I think were magnificent. Number one, nothing remotely close to it. Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show.
Yeah. For all entertainment shows are still trying to be the Johnny Carson show.
And Alvin,
that's the standard, and they can't get there.
They can't do it because they can't do bits.
Yeah.
They can't do Art Fern. They can't do Karnak. Hello, feature film freaks. Back to tonight's Tea Time movie starring Alice Faye, Danny Kaye, Fay Ray, and Squirt the Wonder Clam, starring in tonight's double feature, Laverne and Shirley at a Cramping King Kong fertilizes Kansas. Friends, let me ask you a question. You tired of those multiple choice exams in the studio, in the classroom? Tired of those, true, false question and answers? Sign up today. You're a doctor tomorrow at the Millen College of Medical Knowledge. You go left on south, northwest on southeast. You go to the sign of the giant revolving neon bedpan where a matinee lady will meet you, not as their doctor, no, but as nurse, yes.
Was there even any competition on CBS or ABC?
Not
like
that
they
I
have
recall.
Now? So, like, nobody even tried.
I'm trying to remember what they would show.
Who
at
was it,
those
Alvin?
times. Oh man. Boy, I'll tell you what. Now I'll tell you that was when Nightline used to first start coming on. It
you know
came
what?
on at like 10 o'clock.
And Tom Snyder came on even later.
He came on later, right? But I think the first kind of incarnations of the later news show, because Nightline, after the hostage situation in Iran, that but he didn't come on until 10 o'clock. So basically, in our Central Time, he competed with Johnny Carson for a half hour. Then they got on with Life, and Carson had his last hour.
If you were in charge of one of these late night shows, would you say, "Hey, let's go politics. Let's get both parties. Let's nail Democrats. Let's nail Republicans." Or what would you do?
I wouldn't have it on.
You wouldn't tell them not to do it. Period.
I would just say, like, look, on this show, we've all got our opinions. We can be funny about it, but on this show, we are not going to do that. We're not suppressing anybody. It's just like you said. If it's my show, and this is what we're going to do, and we're just going to stay away from it. We're going to tell jokes. We're going to make people laugh, but we're not. We're just not going to go that route of humor.
I'm the president. I'm the general manager of the network, and here's what we're doing on my show.
Yeah.
It can't be any simpler.
Right, exactly. And, if the show fails, the show fails. It won't be your fault. But this is what we're going to do. And I think people would understand.
Another one that was absolutely great simply because of the writing by Aaron Sorkin, The West Wing.
Yeah,
I never got into it.
I never really was into it as much as other people were. But it was all right. But
Yeah.
Right. All right, I got a movie for you guys.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Now, I don't know if you've seen it or not because my wife and I watched it on cable.
Okay.
It's called Freaky Tales. Okay.
No,
But you'll appreciate this. It revolves around Sleepy Floyd, who used to play for the Golden State Warriors.
What? I remember that name.
And you have to watch the entire movie. It's basically like 5 different storylines that all crash into each other. And all I can tell you is you have to watch it all. But it is and it basically the penultimate night is when Sleepy Floyd scores like 30 points in the fourth quarter of a playoff game against the Lakers, all-time record. They're down 3-0 in the series. They win this game and then lost game 5. But it's what happens that night that is all leading up to. And whether or not it's all real or whether it's all make-believe, you don't know. But you'll be entertained by this movie.
Was there any actual footage of Sleepy Floyd playing?
No, not
Okay.
at all. That's the beauty of it.
We got a break. Bill, stick around.
Sure.
We have Alvin Reid. This is the Frank and Jill Show on the Big 550 KTRS.
It's Jill Farmer for Capital Advisory Group. One of the things that Jeff Zufall loves doing is helping people just like you and me, regular folks, be able to earn more money so that we can live the retirement we've always dreamed of having. That's excellent. You may not know that Jeff also loves helping small business owners be the most successful they can be. Because a lot of business owners get into this, they wear many hats, they try to be their own bookkeepers, or maybe they hire a bookkeeper. But unless you have a deep understanding of tax strategy, right? Understanding the tax laws to the degree that you can map it out and make sure that you're taking advantage of all the tax laws, and of course, making sure you're not overpaying on your taxes. In other words, you want to keep what's yours, which is the name of Jeff's best-selling book on the subject of taxes, also the name of the show he does every single weekend that you guys love listening to on KTRS. So if you're a small business owner and you know it's time for your business to grow, you want to increase your profitability, and you want to make sure that you have a really smart tax strategy, reach out today. CapitalAdvisoryGRP.com, 636-394-5524.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
It looks like your luggage is over 50 pounds. Is there anything you can take out?
Oh, yeah. Let me just toss all these $20 bills.
Great. Let me grab you a trash can.
Stop. Instead of throwing money away, move some clothes into a carry-on. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Experience holiday happiness and enjoy the 2025 holiday activities at the National Museum of Transportation with your entire family. Santa Claus will be arriving via helicopter at 10 a.m. this coming Saturday, then visiting from 11 to 2 to greet and listen to his fans and their wishes.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
The multi-model holiday train exhibit, including the Macy's model trains, will be running all days. For our full Santa and live reindeer scheduled dates, go to tnmot.org. That's tnmot.org.
St. Louis County Library and the Novel Neighbor Bookstore are thrilled to host the 4th annual St. Louis Area Book Festival celebrating teen readers. The St. Louis Teen Book Festival will take place on Saturday, December 6th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Clark Family Branch in Ladue. The event is free and open to all readers. The festival features book talks, author signings, and meet and greet opportunities with 20 of the hottest young adult authors in a variety of genres. You can find more details at slcl.org/teen-book-festival.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Alliance is rebranding to Reese Nichols, a Missouri-born real estate company established 125 years ago. The same trusted agents who've served St. Louis for 45 years now have the backing of Missouri's most trusted brokerage. With offices across the metro and in-house mortgage, title, and insurance, Reese Nichols makes your move seamless. They proudly support the Ronald McDonald House, raising over $1.5 million for Missouri families. Visit ReeseNichols.com to learn more. Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
Yeah, they're on the med, and these medications are used, these GLP-1s, for reducing inflammation in your body. I get so many folks that are like, wow, I don't have the knee pain. I don't have the...
Because once you start losing weight, all these other things naturally happen to you in a positive way. Not just talk about the deals for KTRS listeners at STLMedweightloss.com.
All KTRS listeners, they get $50 to $100 off their first month. And what's beautiful about it, too, hey, I get it. the economy, what we just had. Guys, things are difficult right now, but we make the plan work for you. We have financing options. We make this work for you because we realize how important it is to get down in your weight, get your confidence back, and really start feeling like the old you.
Call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com. The St. Louis tradition continues. Hi, everybody. McGraw-Millhaven here. The day after Thanksgiving, November 28th, we'll be broadcasting live once again from Christopher's in downtown Kirkwood from 7 to 10. Come on by. All sorts of door prizes, all sorts of great deals. Christopher's is a great way to get into the Christmas spirit and a great way to kick off the holiday shopping season. Christopher's, November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday, starts at 7 on KTRS.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. So why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They're draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Oh, wait. You're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PROFIT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code PROFIT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PROFIT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PROFIT.
It's go time, Wednesday night. Guns and Hoses, the annual charity boxing match at Enterprise Center supporting Backstoppers. The mission of Guns and Hoses remains the same every year. Support the survivors. Tickets still available at Ticketmaster.com.
St. Louis is home to more than 80,000 University of Missouri St. Louis alumni, where they drive the region's economy and contribute to its social and cultural well-being. At UMSOL, more is what moves us. Find your more at more.umsl.edu.
Want a song?
Surround my mind like the song on the radio.
Want a quote? It's the song and quote of the day on the Frank and Jill Show. Right here on the Big 550 KTRS.
Welcome back. Frank and Jill Show. Alvin Reid, Bill McDermott. Before we get to Song of the Day, I do want to reiterate what we told you earlier. Sonny Gray has been traded by the Cardinals to the Boston Red Sox. We're receiving two pitchers. Lefty Brandon Clark, a fifth-round pick in the 2024 draft, yet to make the big leagues, and Richard Fitz, who made 10 starts for Boston last season with an ERA of 5. The Cardinals are sending some cash as part of the deal. This is clearly a way of clearing up a pathway for younger pitchers and to save some money in the process. I don't know if these pitchers are any good or not.
Yeah, well, you got to do something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hopefully Nolan Arenado will be next.
Yeah, I'm
All
sure
right.
he will.
So our song of the day, you set it up. You chose the song. You are our guest, and you chose a great song.
Okay. When you first start buying 45s, you kind of remember some of the first ones that you ever purchased. This was one. I will tell you, in 1970, the Turkey Day game was played at Francis Field on the Washington University campus. I'm riding over there with my mom to the game, and at 10 years old, I remembered this song. It was very popular. I had the 45, and just on the way to the game, they said that this was the #1 song in the country at that time. Thanksgiving, 1970, ladies and gentlemen, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Tears of a Clown.
Wow, that is so good. Now,
One
Smokey's-
of my Smokey Robinson favorites.
I would agree.
That is, and another one takes place in The American Gigolo when Richard Gere is laying out his Armani outfits on the bed.
I know well.
The love I saw on you was just a mirage.
Yeah. And Smokey not having the best sunset of his life.
Well, but man, people start jumping out of the woodwork saying you did this 30 years ago, and you did that 40 years ago. What are you supposed to? What do you do? All you can say is no, I didn't. Right? It's. I can't say he didn't do it, but it took you 40 years to come up with that.
Yeah. All right, Bill, our
Yes, sir.
quote of the day, I asked you to pick one of your favorite movie scenes.
This is one of my all-time favorites. Maybe at the top of the list, but it's an immense competition. But this is with Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, Peter Lorre, Claude Rains, and it's Casablanca. And it is Humphrey Bogart at his finest. One night, Ingrid Bergman comes back to Rick's Cafe and confronts Bogart into giving her, the letters of transit so her and Victor Laszlo can leave the country. And Bogart says this to Ingrid Bergman.
Easier for you. Go ahead and shoot. You'll be doing me a favor.
Richard, I tried to stay away. I thought I would never see you again. That you are out of my life.
Louis, something tells me this can be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. What an absolute classic.
So explain his appeal, how like this 5'7", 150-pound guy became such a sex symbol and everybody loved him.
Suave, class, grace, got his way in and out of everything. And I defy people to tell me that Jack Nicholson didn't, in some ways, copy him in Chinatown.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, Humphrey Bogart, like a lot of not a lot, but some modern day male stars, started out being the bad guy. Awful characters in movies, gangster movies, but some other roles he played where he was just a bad or nasty person.
And then he was with the...
And then all of a sudden he matured, but his roles did too, and, took off from there. By the way, had he not become ill, he's one of those people I really would have liked to have seen still acting, like into the 60s. And
he's only 57,
yes,
I think.
Yeah, and it would have been, I said, because he would have been good. He would have been a great grandpa.
I think it's pretty simple. He smoked his brains out.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, right.
Also, 4 wives. Billy Bob Thornton at 6 now. I just wonder, if you're like at 3, do you go for 4?
Under no circumstances. No. Just leave it alone.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you could date till you're 90.
Yeah. There you go.
But you need...
I'm with you. Now, I'm kind of with this, like with athletes, too. It's like, okay, you gave it a couple of tries.
Yes, yeah.
And I don't want to say it was all your fault.
You're talking about retiring from their career? No, you're talking about athletes and wives.
Wives, right.
Yeah.
And then the third, I've said, because I don't want to say it's all your fault, but it's probably all your fault.
Yeah. It just,
you
know what?
That's well put.
Just stop.
Stop.
I don't have any more room.
Yeah.
As Bill Moore says, I don't have any more room.
Not to mention the money and oh my gosh, the alimony and the kids.
And you got, even if you have the money to do it, it's just like, what? I mean, that one I don't get. I don't get it. Your life says something. And by the way, I'm going to stop playing because I want to spend more time with my family. And then I automatically become the national broadcaster and I'm covering games every week. It's like, well, you're not at practice like you used to be, but you're not home.
Yeah. My wife said to me, "Hey, honey, you want to fool around a little bit?" I said, "Okay, honey, you make the first move." She went to Florida.
All right, we'll take a short time out. Bill, can you stick around?
I can stick around for a few more minutes. Yes, sir.
All right, one more segment with Bill. Alvin Reid in the house. This is the Frank and Jill Show.
Hi, it's Jill Farmer. Ryan Raphael has become my friend, and he is a trusted person when it comes to everything to do with Medicare, which is why we call him the Medicare man. It's easy to remember, and that's great because understanding anything to do with Medicare is hard. It's just plain hard for all of us. It's complicated. The laws are changing all the time. The insurance companies seem to go out of their way to make some of this stuff complicated. And that's where you need a trusted thinking partner, an expert to help sort through all of the noise and get to the plan that's going to work best for you as you're turning 65, ready to go on Medicare, or retirement is approaching. That if that's not you now, I guarantee there's somebody in your life who needs Ryan Raphael and the expertise he has. And now you have the ability to make an incredible reference to somebody that's going to help anyone you know who is in that category. All you have to do is reach out to Ryan. You can call his cell phone directly, 314-368-6808. And by the way, even though he gives very valuable information, very valuable advice, hiring him is free because under the law, his fees are paid by the insurance companies. Go to MedicareManSTL.com for more info.
It's time to start pulling the sweaters and pullovers out of the closet. But wait, the Blues have rebranded and we've got something new for you to add to your winter wardrobe. On December 9th, when the Blues face off against the Bruins at Enterprise Center, the first 10,000 fans will score a cozy quilted quarter zip thanks to Pepsi Zero Sugar. This gray pullover features a stitched blue note on the front and the new STL mark on the back, so you can rep your team and your city all winter long. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at stlouisblues.com/tickets.
From the same guys who brought you the watering bowl, say hello to the number 2 crew. The number 2 crew will visit your yard once a week in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, or St. Charles County, and they'll take care of your dog's business. Think of the number 2 crew as your yard's best friend. 314-717-8880 or the number2crew.com. The number 2 crew reporting for duty each and every week in your backyard. The number 2 crew or the number2crew.com.
Don't wait for Black Friday. Beat the crowds. At Miller Furniture and Mattress, you get Black Friday savings all month long.
I'm Mark Miller, owner of Miller Furniture, your home for quality American-made furniture since 1927. Right now, save up to $2,000 on in-stock items.
Save on custom orders, too, with 60 months financing.
Check out our Black Friday doorbusters for every room in the house, like Flex Steel reclining sofas for just $19.99. And Amish-made, tariff-free furniture that you won't find at any other store in the St. Louis area.
Right now, Chatham & Wells luxury mattresses are 25% off, or save up to $900 on select mattress sets from Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster.
Visit any of our 4 showrooms in Belleville, Fairview Heights, Lake St. Louis, or Ellisville and save on over $8 million of inventory. Plus, custom Amish furniture in just 3 weeks? You can still have it in your home this holiday season.
Don't miss the Black Friday sale at Miller Furniture, now through December 2nd.
At Miller Furniture, we put the family in furniture.
Hey, it's Heidi Glaus, and I want to remind you to tune in to the Heidi Glaus Show with Bob Ramsey and Josh Gilbert weekdays from 3 to 6. You don't want to miss all the fun. Plus, twice a month, we're joined by Dr. Ravi Johar, the Chief Medical Officer for United Healthcare. Dr. Johar, United Healthcare, will keep us informed and educated about everything happening in the healthcare system, plus important facts to keep us healthy. United Healthcare and the Heidi Glaus Show on the Big 550 KTRS.
You've heard so many people talk about Innsbrook. Now it's time to see for yourself. 7,500 acres, 100-plus lakes, on-site restaurants, an 18-hole championship golf course for you to go play by yourself, with some friends, or maybe even a charity event, nature trails, event spaces, and so much more. Innsbrook is 45 minutes from St. Louis. It's so close, and yet you feel so far away. Go see Innsbrook for yourself, Innsbrook-resort.com.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Let's talk about legacy. Yingling, 196 years of brewing. Family owned for 6 generations. That's elite. That's first ballot Hall of Fame status. But even the legends evolve. So meet the next generation of light beer. Flight, just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. This isn't some watered no flavor regret in a can beer. Flight is crisp, clean, and actually tastes like beer. It's time to level up, St. Louis. Flight from Yingling. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
For more than 25 years, Boardwalk Hardwood Floors has been a part of the St. Louis community. They sponsor school programs and charity golf events. They bleed blue, and they're honored to call St. Louis home. Boardwalk Hardwood Floors this holiday season is proud to partner with KTRS and Toys for Tots as a primary drop-off location for the toy drive. With 4 convenient showrooms across St. Louis, giving back has never been easier. Bring a new unwrapped toy and help make a child's Christmas a little bit brighter. To find the nearest showroom and drop-off details, go to BoardwalkHardwoodFloors.com.
St. Louis Auto Show returns January 22nd through the 25th at the America's Center. Bring the whole family and explore hundreds of new vehicles from the world's biggest automotive brands. Then, get up close and personal with the coolest, most expensive rides ever created at the $1 Million Mile. There's even something for the kids with our Mid-America Chevy dealers, Sponsored Kids Zone. Get your tickets today at stlautoshow.com. Kids 12 and under get in free. That's stlautoshow.com.
The Big 550.
KTRS, St. Louis.
Welcome back. You can keep this music going. And why are we playing this music? Tell us the story.
Irene Cara died 3 years ago today.
Was this an unbelievable song? And wasn't this movie? I love the movie.
I didn't like
Jennifer
the movie.
Beals is my
especially her
all-time
character
favorite.
in the
I didn't like the movie, didn't like the song. Never got the fame thing.
No, did
And
you
I
like
used to do theater.
Flashdance?
No. I
Oh.
didn't. I'm sorry.
What about Jennifer Beals? Did you just appreciate her a
okay,
little bit?
Yeah, I appreciate the talent, let's say that, but the movies themselves, no, didn't do that much.
And then she died of high cholesterol. So get
it down.
Self checked.
No, it's a real thing. I mean, even that, some people, it's like can be fatal, obviously.
Okay, I can remember. I'm sure you could probably. You're more of a music guy than I am. But she was in Jesus Christ Superstar. She was a part of that band. They performed at the Fox.
Probably.
Yeah, and I remember because my brother Doug we were working at Key Malls, and he got a picture of Irene Cara, and he was wearing his Ladue varsity basketball jacket, and he blew it up to a poster. So I woke up to that poster every day of my brother Doug and Irene Cara. Yeah.
Very nice.
She's very nice. Let's see. We were talking about Jim Hart real quick. We got a minute. He's going to be honored at the Downtown Missouri Athletic Club, one of their Legend Awards. And gosh, was it fun watching him throw a football.
Oh, my gosh. A lifelong Dallas Cowboy fan here, but the 4 times I saw the Cardinals and the Cowboys play, just life-changing experiences. And the Cardinals helped make it that way because they were a legitimate football team throughout the 70s.
And they, for that 3-year stretch with Coryell, they had success against the Cowboys, which was unheard of for a St. Louis team.
They would, I think, went 2 and maybe 2 and 3 against them or something like 2 or 3 split. Yeah, beat them on a Monday night. Beat them on believe it or not, we played a Saturday one time. So I know twice that they beat him during that.
Yeah, and Hart had just that right arm, which
he
was
could
so
throw.
magical.
I mean, if you took him, because Coryell's offense is basically the offense that is still being run to this day. But you weren't running as many pass patterns. But if you took young Jim Hart and put him in a system right now, people, first of all, would be amazed by his arm.
All right, we'll take a short time out. Alvin Reid, Frank Cusimano. This is the Frank and Jill Show on the Big 550 KTRS.
I'm Bob Hardcastle. Listen to my Money Talk radio program every Sunday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. on the Big 550, where we discuss your money in an easy-to-understand manner. We have interesting guests, chat about money. We try to help you feel more comfortable with your money by talking about the investment market. Join me. I'm Bob Hardcastle.
Money Talk, Sunday morning at 8 on the Big 550 KTRS.
Everyone's talking about these weight loss drugs, and it's a good thing we've got Dr. Joe Molesky with us, a St. Louis native and board-certified primary care physician. Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
The magic cure is these weight loss shots. They're injected once weekly. They're not like the old medications that you've seen 20, 30 years ago. These medications actually work. They're injected once weekly, and patients see within the first 90 days 10 to 15 pounds down. It simply works, and that's why I recommend it to all of my patients. You simply go online, book an appointment. You fill out a health questionnaire form. You get an appointment on our schedule. It's all telemedicine based. It's all done from your home. And then you meet with me or one of my nurse practitioners. And then after the 10, 15-minute consult, the medication is delivered right to your door discreetly, and you get started right now on your weight loss journey.
And you want to start to lose weight? None better than to call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com.
John Beal Roofing has been proudly serving homeowners and businesses in the St. Louis metro area on both sides of the river in Missouri and Illinois for over 3 generations. A dependable roof begins with a team you can count on, and that's exactly what you get with John Beal Roofing. Recognized as one of Roofing Contractor Magazine's top 100 roofing companies, John Beal Roofing offers 24/7 emergency service and industry-leading warranties, including a lifetime workmanship warranty for total peace of mind. From upgrading an aging roof or completing a full replacement, the team at John Beal Roofing delivers solutions that are built to code, built to last, and handled with expert care. John Beal also responds quickly with reliable storm damage services backed by decades of experience and 24/7 emergency support. Get started today for expert service and a free, no obligation estimate by calling 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
Okay, so the tree is up, but it's tilting towards the side door. All right, look, you got to get it straight. Go to Schnarr's Hardware, Clayton Road in Ladue or in Webster on Lockwood. Schnarr's Hardware has 2 locations, and they have everything for the holidays, whether it's extra extension cords, maybe a couple of extra lights, last-minute gift. Oh, Aunt Sally's coming. She's bringing you a gift. I got to get something. Schnarr's Hardware will help you out. You need to put the lawn to bed? Yeah, Schnarr's Hardware has all sorts of winterized fertilizers to help you get through these winter months. You see, at Schnarr's Hardware, it's more than just a friendly neighborhood hardware store. It's a part of Americana, and it has brought St. Louisans together for years. So when you walk into Schnarr's Hardware, you'll notice the customer service is great, the smell is great, the popcorn is free. Schnarr's Hardware. Happy holidays from Schnarr's Hardware. Make sure your holiday is complete with a trip to Schnarr's Hardware. Schnarr's Hardware, Merry Christmas.
Domestic violence is a public health epidemic, with over 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men experiencing abuse by an intimate partner. Many significant barriers like financial concerns, nowhere to stay, and lack of transportation prevent victims from leaving their abusers. That's where Alive comes in, with their empowerment philosophy and resources like 24-hour crisis line, emergency shelter, transportation, and therapy. Your generous donations make a huge difference. To learn more, go to AliveSTL.org.
Did you recently change jobs? Don't forget about your old 401k. Leaving it behind could mean missed growth, unnecessary fees, or tax headaches down the road. Should you leave it where it is, roll it into a new plan, cash it out, or even move it to an IRA? Each option has long-term consequences. At Pioneer Wealth Management, we help you make smart decisions about your retirement savings. Visit PioneerWealthMGMT.com to schedule your personalized retirement review.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Creative One Wealth and Pioneer Wealth Management are not affiliated companies. Licensed insurance professionals. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal.
The Big 550.
KTRS, St. Louis.
Welcome back. This is the Frank and Jill Show on the Big 550 KTRS. We have the great Carl, the intern, is our broadcast engineer. He's doing a wonderful job today. And
Thank you,
Alvin
Frank.
Reid is our guest host. In fact, let me read a text. Love Alvin Reid. Have him on more often. I agree 100%. He's the best. Frank, years ago, I asked my mom what the appeal was with Bogart. She would be 100 next month. She just sighed and said there was just something about him. How about that? Not sure if you've already discussed it, but I watched Everybody Loves Raymond last night, and it was hilarious. I'm going to rewatch it. We'll rewatch the series now. We have found someone who doesn't like Everybody Loves Raymond. It's Alvin Reid. Be that way.
I'm sorry. Was not an Everybody Loves Raymond. I think the I don't like my mother-in-law bit is old and tired. And I'm sorry.
But she played it pretty well.
Well, I guess yes.
She's acting.
I would say that. But that whole gig is just it just never appealed to me.
Your reaction on the Cardinal move. The big news today, if you haven't heard, Sonny Gray has been sent to the Boston Red Sox, and the Cardinals will pay part of that deal, and in exchange, they get a lefty named Brandon Clark, 5th-round pick, hasn't pitched in the big leagues, and starter Richard Fitz, who made 10 starts for Boston this past season with an ERA of 5. Reaction, Alvin, please.
Well, if the guy started 10 games, that doesn't mean he's good or bad, but at least he did start 10 games.
Yes.
And I thought the big move was re-signing Pozo. I didn't know about this. No, I'm kidding. You knew that some of these people were going to go, and you knew that Sonny Gray was high on the list if he would approve a trade. He's going to a team that should be competitive next year in the American League East. So, more power to him.
And I think the biggest part of it is you're getting somebody to he's going to make $35 million next year. Maybe they pick up, say, $30 million of it, and the Cardinals are paying $5 million. That's the appeal to the Cardinals.
That amount of money. I wonder how much that is. I believe it'll probably be higher than 5.
Think so?
But it's not 35.
Yeah.
So you're saving money, and that's all you could do right now.
And the next big one will be Nolan Arenado. And you think what you're going to get in return was light for Gray?
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get a bag of balls.
Yeah. Well, you gotta wait and see how this Tucker thing plays out, and then where a third baseman who can play excellent defense fits in to help a team either get over the hump or go farther in the playoffs.
Yeah. But I just think when you're at his age and you've declined so dramatically. And, with an OPS under 700 as a third baseman, you can't expect even to get a really good prospect in return. Your only hope is you'll take a big chunk of that salary. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what's going on. But then I think it would have to be a team that was already a winning team.
Yeah,
because
he
then
really blew it last year when he could have gone to the Astros.
Well,
did he blow it?
Look, when that happened, I have I've got no problem with Nolan Arenado. But when that happened, I'm one of those people, maybe I'm just old school enough to say, like, hey, man, so you just out here playing baseball getting paid. The whole idea where you could possibly, go to the World Series, it was too much to move. It was too much to do whatever. I don't think you really – I think you're just out there having a good time now.
The interesting trade will be the Donovan trade because he's in the prime of his career, doesn't make a lot of money. You can get something back in return of value.
I'm scared we're going to trade him to the Dodgers and get Tommy Edman back. And not that there's anything wrong with Tommy Edman.
I think I'd rather have Donovan at this stage.
At this stage, I would too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
Donovan's
saying.
on-base machine. Tommy Edman still doesn't draw walks, even though he's a fine player.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm frightful it'll be something like that.
Yeah, I hope they don't move Burleson. They have him under control for 3 more years, and he's one of their best offensive players.
Well,
why not?
Why not? Yeah. Well, you got to look. I understand the core of the team. We really don't know what the core of the team is, but what little core of the team we do have, he's part of it in my book.
Yeah, and then if you do move him and you do move Arenado, that means Weatherholt's at second and Gorman's at third, or vice versa.
Right, and then Walker and.
that outfield.
That outfield.
See, I don't think you can give Nootbaar, having surgery on both his heels, who's going to take him?
Absolutely not. Nope. And he's injured too much. Yeah. And there's a certain you get injured, I understand it. It's part of sports. But if you're all the time on the 50-day DL list, I can't use you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would argue. Alvin, great work as usual today. We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m., sir.
All right.
All right, Carl, good stuff. Coming up next, Mr. Carney and Miss Buck will be back in 22 hours.
Hey,
Hey, it's Heidi, and I've got some important news from our friends at Dalco Home Remodeling. You know they're locally owned and family operated. More importantly, they've been installing the very best windows and doors in town for the past 50 years. That great offer that they have on windows at Dalco has now been extended through the end of the month, so you can still earn a $600 tax credit on new windows. Plus, Dalco has upped the ante to an additional $260 credit per window for up to 10 of their Elite Series windows with 0% financing for up to 18 months. That's up to $3,200 in credits. The Energy Star tax credit offer is ending forever and will not return. So you gotta act fast. This incredible offer ends on November 30th. Call today, 314-298-7300 to get up to $3,200 in credits for up to 10 new energy-efficient windows. Or go online, DalcoHomeRemodeling.com. If you buy somewhere else and find out how much you could have saved with Dalco, you'll blow your stack. So call 314-298-7300. See store for details.
Recently, a good friend of mine was changing the light fixture in their kitchen, and they took the light fixture off the ceiling, and they looked inside the ceiling and said, what is the phone number to Michael Baldy? If they would have listened to me, they would have put Michael Baldy's phone number in their phone, because everybody needs a good electrician on speed dial. So here you go. The next time you need an electrician, you need to remember Michael Baldy and Baldy Electric. So the phone number, 314-968-9999. Indoor, outdoor, an old Victorian home, knob and tube wiring, and anything and everything in between. You see, Michael Baldy is a licensed electrician, and he has a team ready to go. Whether it's something for the ceiling in the kitchen, something for the lights for the holidays, whatever it may be, Michael Baldy and Baldy Electric. BaldyElectric.com, 314-968-9999, because everybody needs a good electrician on speed dial. BaldyElectric.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You deserve a chair that works as hard as you do. X-Chair. X-Chair ergonomic seating is built to move with you. DVL technology adapts to support your lumbar. SiFloat Infinite Recline lets you lean back and relax. X-Chair gives you all-day comfort and productivity. Save up to 50% during the X-Chair holiday sale. But hurry, inventory is limited. Visit xchair.com and save up to 50% today. That's xchair.com.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, they're long-lasting, and they are made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo and the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online, and keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
KTRS St. Louis.
Live and local.
Depend on it.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. The U.S. and Ukraine say they're making progress on a peace plan to end Russia's war, but it's not stopped Russia from launching a massive aerial strike against Kyiv overnight, killing at least 7. It comes as Army Secretary Dan Driscoll is meeting with a Russian delegation in Abu Dhabi. Here's ABC's Louis Martinez.
We know that the talks have been ongoing now. These were, by the way, remember, these are secret talks that were being carried out by the Army Secretary. After he left Geneva, he went to Abu Dhabi, met with the Russian delegation. We have not been told who are representatives of